Packers and the Huskies, and it comes your way next.
The second of 3 games here on this Sunday. We continue with Super Wild Card Weekend here on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. Now they'll be led out by their quarterback, a former Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Year from the University of Washington. It's Jake Browning.
Let's face it, it doesn't matter if you're a rookie free agent or a 15-year vet. Guiding a team to victory on the road in the playoffs, that's no small feat. And it's going to be really important for him to play mistake-free football. But equally important, create some big plays as well to give his team confidence that they can win.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Bubba Bolden just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback, too.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. He'll take it at the 42. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And he comes into these playoffs bringing a team that's been battle-tested, won the division, and earned the home playoff game here in round 1. But every year they know that a division champ, it feels like, gets beat. They don't want to be that team. They have to avoid the overconfidence and make sure they play the same way they played during the regular season, mistake-free and with passion.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields able to get this one to McBride. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Goes right back to McBride. Touchdown! Trey McBride. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Huskies will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And, you know, listen, there's 2 ways to get the number 7 seed. You can back into it or you can charge your way into it and seize it. But ultimately, once you're here, you can throw that out the window. You've got to come to play.
Yeah, you just think of that phrase, any given Sunday or Saturday as the case may be. And even though this is a 2 versus 7 matchup, don't think for 1 second that this game's going to be a pushover. Anything can happen once the playoffs begin.
They overload safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that one too wide and incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Taken from just outside the 30. Green able to dance free.
Holding.
So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. On play action, Fields. Throw left side, hauled in by McBride. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Fields throw complete to McBride. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down. Off play action, Fields. He finds his man, complete. That's McBride. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 2 yards to go, second down. Now Fields. Throw left side, complete. That's McBride. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down. Here's Fields. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. On first down, Fields. And he's got his target, Harris. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Play action. It's Fields. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down. To throw is Fields. Throw left side going to be taken in by Harris. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Back to throw, Fields. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McBride. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10, marking down at the 9. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Fields. Throw left side, complete. That's McBride. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Oh, how about about this on 1st and goal? And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And his guys have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing. And for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving into more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Browning. It's caught. Smith. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Here's Browning. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Aleem McNeil in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And here's Matt Araiza now. And it's fielded at the 34. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. Now it's Fields. And his throw is incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Now Browning. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw, Browning. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7 under pressure, and they got to him again. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. On 4th down, Matt Araiza is sent on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's taken to the 26. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. The Tokyo offense heads back out there now. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for the touchdown. Jameson Williams, 63 yards. And the Huskies are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So another drive coming up for this Packers offense. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Browning. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. Browning under pressure, and down he goes. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. Matt Araiza now on to punt this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Tokyo set to go on offense once again. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They snap it to Fields. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown. Jameson Williams. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Huskies continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And now the Packers get set to go. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
From the 29, Browning. That's complete. He finds Jayden Reed. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 39 yards there, a big one. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Browning, nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Browning's throw finds its target, Dobbs. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Butker's kick here is good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Jamison Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense. He has certainly made the most of his catches so far, both of them going for touchdowns here in half number 1.
And we've never met a team that doesn't talk about getting off to a fast start and featuring guys that they want to have the ball early. We're seeing both of those come into play here. Off to an incredible start, got their feature guy going, and now everyone else should have opportunities.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Fields. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. And oh, it'll be intercepted. It's Deonte Banks with it. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line if you're throwing in.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Jamison Williams on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Huskies will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point splits the uprights, and the route is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And the tackle there by C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28.
So a look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Fields now to throw. Goes right back to McBride. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Unnecessary roughness. Defense.
I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Touchdown! Jamison Williams, 28 yards. And the Huskies come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Looking deep here for Dobbs. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Fielded at about the 28. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. Jamison Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdown.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. On play action, Fields. There he goes again. Touchdown! Jamison Williams, 41 yards. And the Huskies are pouring it on. To try here for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes the score.
The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Jermaine Johnson. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. And that's taken at his own 42. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now a 1st down throw, Fields. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown! Jamison Williams, 49 yards. And the Huskies get another 3rd-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Packers offense set to go. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a 1st down. Looking to throw. Browner. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Over the middle, complete. That's Reed. And he's brought down. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. They overload him that time on the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Throwing on 2nd and long. Browning. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And it's taken in at the 9. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Jamison Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense. A monster game so far, 3rd quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting...
There he goes, right side. And they rattle off a big one. 63 yards.
Despite writing it down in my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal. Off play action, Fields. to the end zone, but it's incomplete. I'm trying to find Jameson Williams, but it'll be... Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one.
Previous play is under review.
They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down?
The kicker on for the extra point.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
63. Packers 10.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Browning. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field. Touchdown, Packers. Jaden Reed, 75 yards. And the Packers are able to at least get one score back. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jameson Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense. And he is just 1 reception away from 10 in this game. I don't know what they need to do defensively, but something has to be altered, does it not?
I know that whenever we tried to cover a person who's having a game like this.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown! Jameson Williams, 75 yards. And the Huskies are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Packers ready to take over offensively. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got them pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card match. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot. Not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Back to throw. Browning got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
Part of my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
On now is the Packers punter. He's been terrific so far. Fielded just inside the 20. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Tokyo set to go on offense once again. And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
He's airing it out for Williams. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown. Jamison Williams, 60 yards. And the Huskies add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Packers 17. Jack Fox set to kick off.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Looking to throw. Browning. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Tokyo set to go on offense once again. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete to McBride. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 14 yards on the play as they pick up the 1st. play action. It's Fields. That's complete to McBride. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row. Fields on first down. And it's caught. Touchdown. Jameson Williams. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Huskies extend their lead yet again. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was Jameson Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Under pressure, they got him again. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Talk about two sides of the ball and cross purposes because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front 7, they've loved this ball game.
And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time it yields a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
The Tokyo offense heads back out there now. Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot. All right, rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Brandon, these quarterbacks had their hands full all afternoon long, but they finally get a measure of revenge as he gets himself in a nice spot. He's able to get 2 hands on the football and pick it off.
In trouble, and he's taken down. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Throwing on 2nd and long. Browning under pressure, and they got to him again. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Throwing on 3rd and long. Browning, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And at this point, maybe you say, you know, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their division, but did earn a wild card berth. It does appear, however, that their season is just a few minutes away from ending in one-and-done fashion.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Here's Browning. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Tokyo set to go on offense once again. CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. This has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game well decided a long time ago.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's got this to Williams, complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, they certainly have the look of a team with something to prove, don't they? All week, as we prepared for this game, we kept reading about how they said they're going to play a full 60 minutes this week. Has nothing to do with their opponent. No disrespect intended, but they wanted to be people of their word, playing this thing all the way out, trying to finish it strong.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base.
Well, it's an old chestnut, but let's face it, offensively, they've got to have some pride here, because this has been a worst-case scenario all game for them. Keep putting in the effort. Keep trying to keep your quarterback upright and get through the end of this one as quickly as possible.
Run it back.
Yeah.
Run it back.